Imagine two friends at a diner, eating a 1,000-calorie meal of a burger and fries. One is naturally lean, the other is morbidly obese. Standard logic suggests a simple mathematical outcome. If they consume the same energy and perform the same activities, their weights should eventually equalize. In reality, the obese individual's body will likely maintain its weight, while the lean person remains lean. Controlled metabolic studies prove that even when every morsel of food is weighed and tracked, the physical calorie equation remains rigged against certain body types. The discrepancy has nothing to do with secret snacking or a lack of discipline. Consuming the exact same plate of food triggers two vastly different biological events, depending on the host's metabolism. To understand why, we have to look at the body's internal machinery. 1,000 calories resting on a dinner plate rarely equals a full 1,000 calories actually absorbed into the bloodstream. The absorption process is managed by the gut microbiome, and obese individuals often harbor a bacterial ecosystem dominated by a group called Firmicutes. Firmicutes are a specific division of bacteria, highly specialized in fermenting and extracting energy from complex carbohydrates. These microbes act as hyper-efficient energy harvesters, breaking down fibers that a lean microbiome would simply pass as waste. They extract hidden calories from the diet and pump them directly into the host system. When researchers transplanted the microbiome of an obese donor into germ-free mice, those mice saw a significant increase in total body fat within 2 weeks, despite eating no extra food. This bacterial inflation ensures the obese body absorbs a surplus of energy before the host metabolism even has a chance to process it. Once that energy is inside, it meets the body's metabolic idle speed, the baseline calories burned just to stay alive, much like a car engine idling at a red light. Brown adipose tissue, or BAT, powers a significant portion of this idle speed. That is a specialized type of fat packed with active mitochondria that burns these calories to generate heat rather than simply storing the energy for later use. Naturally lean individuals possess higher amounts of active BAT, granting them a faster, more expensive metabolic idle speed. This PET-CT scan shows active BAT as dark regions around the neck. In the top rows, lean subjects, this furnace is active. However, in the obese subjects below, these regions are non-existent. Their brown fat failed to activate even when triggered by cold. Without this internal furnace, the calories out engine is severely throttled, making it exponentially harder to burn off the energy the gut has already harvested. The command center for this entire system is the hypothalamus, the region of the brain responsible for hunger and energy balance. The hypothalamus relies on a hormone called leptin to function. Leptin is a chemical messenger released by fat cells that tells the brain the body has sufficient energy stores and should stop eating. Prolonged exposure to high-fat diets can trigger microscopic inflammation in the hypothalamus, physically blocking these leptin signals from reaching their receptors. This leptin resistance leaves the brain blind to its own energy stores. Even with massive reserves of fat, the inflamed hypothalamus registers a state of starvation, triggering a relentless hunger drive. If you attempt to diet, the brain responds with metabolic adaptation. It perceives a famine and drastically slows the resting metabolic rate to hoard every remaining calorie. Longitudinal studies on Biggest Loser contestants found that 6 years after massive weight loss, their metabolisms remained heavily suppressed. Their bodies were actively fighting to regain every pound. The brain coordinates a multi-layered biological defense, ruthlessly protecting its highest historical weight against all dieting efforts. Returning to our two friends at the diner, we can finally see the invisible reality. The obese individual is dealing with hyper-extracting gut bacteria, a missing brown fat furnace, and an inflamed brain that believes the body is starving. This gridlock is known as metabolic inflexibility. This is a condition where the body's cells lose the ability to switch between burning different types of fuel, such as fats and carbohydrates, based on what's available. But the system can be repaired. Physical exercise can actively reduce leptin resistance, helping the inflamed brain finally receive the signal that the body has had enough to eat. Deliberate mild cold exposure can also help reactivate dormant brown adipose tissue, slowly rebuilding the body's metabolic idle speed over time. Obesity is a complex, self-defending biological condition, not a character flaw. Addressing it requires medical strategies that target the underlying biology rather than metabolism-destroying crash diets. Let us know your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of the human body.